Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Local Blacks podcast.
The show by blacks for blacks. And if you're not local or black, you can still stay and state your opinions, but remember, tread lightly.
So, I'm Lamont and I'm here with my wonderful co host.
I'm Zaria, the wonderful co host.
And we are basically just going to be doing a podcast over our opinions on certain stuff, events going on in the world, and just giving our black and probably unwanted opinions on probably things that nobody cares about. So we're going to be doing stuff from like politics to pop culture to music, anything that's going on in the world. I'm sure with me and Zaria, we have very outgoing opinions, which I'm sure she can agree on.
Absolutely. We say what we want, we state our opinions, and of course, we're welcoming everyone's. But listen, listen, if they're a little too out there, we're going to let you know.
Right. So we both live on Twitter. We live on social media. So we basically know, I wouldn't say everything, but most of everything that's going on in the black community. So, and even though this is meant to be like entertainment and fun, obviously, we also kind of want to use this platform to educate the black community. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like during these times we could really use that.
Yep. We need to educate and elevate our community.
Yes. So that's
Because I
exactly,
think
I'll go for it. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I was just saying I don't think there's like a lot of young well, there are a lot of young people, but sometimes people don't listen to the young voices and we want to let people know that these young voices are here to stay.
Absolutely. We are the future. Am I right?
Absolutely. That's what we are.
So how basically our structure of the show is gonna go is we're just gonna like intro and we're gonna not get personal like a therapy session personal, but just to check up on each other while we're doing the show. So we'll kind of open with Zaria, how have you been these past couple weeks, or Lamont, how have you been, because we are both college students and this shit's awful, terrible, 0 out of 10 recommended. So we're going to catch up with each other and kind of talk about what's going on in our personal life as local blacks. And then after that, we'll just kind of go into the topics that we have prepared for this episode. I think we plan on filming like every other week, correct?
Yep.
So probably get like a few topics for each episode and kind of digest them and give our black opinions on them.
Absolutely, absolutely. So me and Lamont decided to do this podcast because one, we're best friends and we are very highly opinionated people. And we think we're the funniest people in the world. So we were like,
Absolutely.
why not share our greatness with others? So this is what this podcast is for. This is why we're doing this. We're hoping that we get out to a lot of people, but right now we're just two best friends that wanted to create something together. And I'm really excited to see where it goes.
Me too. I feel like a lot of people, because as Zaria knows, I tried to do a YouTube channel for I don't know how many years now. Um, it didn't really go far. I really enjoyed it though, just like putting out content and kind of like making people feel something, I guess. So since that flopped, I was like, well, what's the next best thing that I feel like people would listen to? And it's a podcast. And why not do it with my best friend? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all for
Yeah, this is our
it.
next best thing. Well, because our first thing is we want to have our own TV show. That's the main goal.
That's the goal.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And we actually do you remember when we actually auditioned for a TV show?
Yes, and sadly they didn't pick us up. And one day they're gonna regret that. And I can't wait for us to get our own show so we can say that. We're like, well, we did audition for a show and no,
Hmm.
they did not pick us up. Just to
Exactly.
make those people feel bad. So I
Exactly.
can't wait.
So yeah, whoever, I forget what the show was even called. I know it was about like opinionated friends. That's all I really remember about it. I was like during the summer. So yeah, screw both of y'all and all your production team and all your cast and agents and all y'all because I really wanted to be on that
No, for
show.
real.
And I feel like we'd be
Y'all
we'd be
made a
hella
big
funny.
mistake. y'all made a big
Maybe
mistake.
when they saw that we
But
were
you know,
black, they were probably like,
they said
absolutely not.
local black. No, absolutely not. Get them out of here.
And
Absolutely
do you want to tell the listeners out there how we came up with the name? Because all my friends, like when they ask about the podcast, they're like, "Oh, what's the?" They're like, "What's the name? Like, what's it gonna be about?" And I tell them it's called Local Blacks, and they kind of look at me like I'm on drugs. So
It's probably because you have mostly Caucasian friends
that's
out
also
there.
true. That's also true. I live in one of the richest counties in Kansas. LOL. But do you want to go ahead and explain the name and how we came up with the name Local Blacks?
Absolutely. So, me and Lamont always had this joke about when there's like something on the news or something out there about something that like a black person has done that's negative, they're always mentioning that the person is black first. Like that's the first thing that they're pointing out. So they're like, local black robs a store, local black kicks down an old lady. You just have to know that the person is black and from that community. Like when a white person does something, or maybe a non black person of color does something, they're like family man, businessman,
Mm-hmm.
oh, all around best friend, just the greatest person in the world, kills
Mm-hmm.
everybody in their family. And I'm just like, that's not okay. You know, when black people do something, they always have to mention that the person's black. So we took that joke and we made it into something positive.
Yeah.
That's where the name came from.
And I absolutely loved it. Like we were trying to like go back and forth on a name for like a couple months until we landed on that. And most of like the like local black stuff comes from like scenarios that we would be in. Like we would talk about like, oh, like I'm gonna run up on this person if I see them, and then Zaria will be like, and then they'll go on the news and say local black, like
Literally, that's the first thing.
being
Like we don't
honest.
get a name. We're just a local black. We don't have names. We're just local
No,
blacks. But
seriously.
like I said, when a white person does something, and it could be it doesn't matter what it is. The first thing that they're going to point out is that they're a family person, that they own a business, that they do
Mm-hmm.
all X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
and then you find out that the person then shot up a mall, or then killed their whole entire family, and it's like, excuse me, or
Mm-hmm.
even like in pictures, they'll show them with family pictures. But if a black person gets killed by the police, they'll pick a mug shot. And it's like, no, that's not, you're dehumanizing us. So,
Yes, absolutely. And a quick disclaimer: if you're like an all lives matter, white supremacist, racist, I just
not
hope
the
you
channel
have.
for
I
you.
hope you know you're not welcome here. Like, if you want to listen to us and support what we do here, I'm all for it. But just know your opinions don't matter here. Like, we're in control. This is our show. We're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, and that's going to be it.
Yep. I
So,
don't
quick
want to
disclaimer.
hear no arguments. I don't want you trying to defend the police on this. We are not those type of people.
Absolutely not.
You can go. You can absolutely go. And we will tell you you can absolutely go.
There's the door.
We're going to try not to, focus on the negative things, but please know that if you say something that's absolutely too far fetched, I have absolutely no problem checking you at the door. So, and I know Lamont is with me on that.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
just know that if you're one of those people, please exit stage left. I know some of y'all are very feel of sense of entitlement, like y'all can be in any space that you want to be, but this is not the space for you.
Period. Period. And another disclaimer: our opinions are our opinions. We're saying, like I said before, this is our show. So, and even if we do get into something that's like triggering, like we'll go over the episode like before we even sit down and record and say like, okay, like before we start getting into the topics, we should probably say a trigger warning for different stuff because, you know, that can really, affect somebody, and we don't want to make people feel like less than, unless you deserve to be treated like less than. But
Okay.
right, for something that's like triggering, for lack of better words. So yeah,
Hmm.
just to get that out there. And me and Zaria are really good friends. We've been friends for a few years now, and we're gonna go back and forth on some things. Like obviously, there's gonna be topics that I don't agree with that she's gonna say, or and vice versa. And I know
Hmm.
us being outgoing and stuff like that, we're gonna like try to state our sides and our opinions. But just know that we'll be okay afterwards. We do this all the time. So
Right. At the end of the day, we're still best friends.
exactly, and our banter is just supposed to be for fun and entertainment. And I know me and her, we're gonna like play it up a little bit just because that's what we do. So just another disclaimer on that.
Yeah. And please don't come with the oh Team Lamont, oh Team Zaria. Like this is a together podcast. This is a team podcast. We're not trying to, be against each other. So just know that. Please don't come with those comments
Right.
because we're gonna ignore you. Even though like we'll probably accept the compliment, it's not really a compliment when you're trying to put two best friends against each other, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
just know that those comments are kind of gonna get ignored.
Yeah, it's not a competition. Like we're just doing this for fun. Like we're not trying to like put each other like beneath the other one. Like that's not what this is for. So, and I'm
Right.
sure like when we do gain more traction, because like we want to start hearing like your guys' opinions too. And like we have an email, we have a Twitter we're gonna set up, and we also have a Venmo that we had just set up for donations. If you do want to donate to what we do here, greatly appreciate it. Two broke college students. Yeah. So yeah, it's not gonna be like team this, team that, or ripping us a new one in our Twitter DMs and like finding our social medias, like because I don't have the time. And plus my Instagram's private. So
Okay.
good luck. Like if you want to come at me disrespectfully on Twitter, go for it. You're probably not gonna get a response unless you still like if you say some like real out of pocket stuff. But
Right.
yeah, no, none of that. We're not here for the drama. You can go watch a drama channel if you want to hear all
Right.
that. So
And my block button works really, really well.
it
I'm really
does.
good at
It
it.
does.
I've
The
practiced,
block Olympics. Like my block list
Okay, I know how
is
to do it.
full. Okay,
You're right.
full, long list,
So don't
dissertation.
think that you can't make it on the list because you can. You can.
Right. So, and like while we're talking about social media, we might as well just kind of like throw out our socials and email while we're out there. Our email, if you do want to send us like opinions that you had on the previous episodes, topics, or like for any businesses that want to reach out to us or anything business related, our email is contact local. Let me get close to the microphone real quick. Hang on, so y'all can hear this. Our email is contactlocalblackspod@gmail.com. Again, that's contactlocalblackspod@gmail.com. And you can listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/localblackspod and on YouTube. I think it's just Local Blacks Podcast. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. And then, so we'll be posting our audio and video when we can figure out when to film in studio together on YouTube. And of course, just the sound's going to be on SoundCloud. And then we also have a Twitter. It's at Local Blacks Pod. I repeat, at Local Blacks Pod. You can go follow us on there. And we have a Venmo. Is at Local Blacks. No, at Local Dash Blacks.
Dash. Yep.
Absolutely. So send us a
If
little
you want to
money.
support, we're broke. We're
Send
two
us a little
broke
money.
college kids just trying to make it. So if you want to support us or support the channel, please
Or if you want to just
send
pay
us.
me, like I could throw out my Venmo too, because I already said she was
Whoa,
going to take.
whoa.
Well, you already said you were going to take all the money for yourself. So,
You're right. You're right. I did say that.
so
So if you want to support Lamont, he has his own Venmo. But if you want to support me personally, then send it to Local Black so I can pretend like we're gonna use it for. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, if you guys want to support, please. If you want to support anything, our social media, our Venmo, just anything, we will gladly accept it.
yeah. Or if you want to like DM us on Twitter or email us about what topics you guys want to talk about. Maybe you guys want some like advice. Like this doesn't have to be just like a let's talk about current events because sometimes current events gets boring and nothing's really going on in the world. I know we can
Right.
find
Or
something. But if you guys like want
yeah.
advice or like, just like being black in America, that's enough in itself. Like that says enough in itself. So,
Whew,
or
child.
if you have any
Okay.
experiences to share or, something that you just want to like get out on the internet, we're here.
Right.
We're here for it. Like hit us up, little paid promotion.
Absolutely. And piggybacking on Lamont, what Lamont was saying about the businesses, especially Black businesses,
Absolutely.
because the show is called Local Blacks. We
Hmm.
want to get you guys out there. We want to spread the word because I love hearing about new Black-owned businesses because I've seen a lot on Twitter and I'm just so proud. So of course I'm willing and very accepting of promoting a Black business, especially a local
Oh
one.
my God, I'm so sorry.
Um, Yeah, Lamont's got a lot
I
going
know
on over
my
there. I
flip.
don't know what he
I'm so sorry. I forgot to mute my flip flops. Just came off. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, we would love to promote black owned businesses. But if you're just a small business and you're not black owned, we're ready to promote that too. But I just want to let you know that the black businesses are going to be the ones that we're really really
Priorities.
ready to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and honestly, like I need to start getting into like more black owned businesses because I'm tired of shopping at Amazon. I'm tired of shopping at H&M. Like I'm tired of it. Like I saw this funny TikTok the other day I sent to my mom. It was like what did it say? It was it was like when my mom asked to see my grades and he was like, "Why do you need white man paperwork?" Like,
Paperwork. Why did you need white man paperwork?
so yeah, I need to start getting in black owned businesses. So yeah, definitely let us know if you're on Twitter. Hit us up. I'm pretty sure we'll probably start an Instagram sometime soon. Since we're like filming in
Absolutely.
two different locations, I don't know what we'll post, but sure.
Yeah, we can
Um,
post probably like little snippets of the episode, just get you
yeah.
guys interested and be like, oh my God, let me go check that out.
Start a Patreon. Ooh, that'd be really cool. Like if we get like, well, if who am I kidding? When we get more
When
popular, right? Exactly. When we get more popular, I feel like it'd be a good idea to do like a Patreon. So like people that are like subscribed to us like monthly can like hear the episodes like a day early or 2 days early or whatever. I
absolutely.
feel like that'd be kind
I
of
think
fun.
they'll love
And then they
that.
can
Yeah,
get
that'd be
like
great.
little like behind the scenes footage or like we can do like
Bloopers.
yeah, or like vlogs or something that we do
Yeah,
together. Yeah.
that'd be great. We can, we're supposed to go on a trip in like a month.
Exactly. Yeah,
We
we
can
can
vlog
vlog that
that.
absolutely. Yeah. And we can talk about our experiences in
I
the
love that
Magic
for us.
City of Dallas, Texas.
Yes, absolutely.
Let us know if there's
Absolutely.
any like anything cool we can do in Dallas. Let us know. All we have really planned is to go to Six Flags and eat food. So let us know if there's anything cool we can do in Dallas while we're talking to the internet.
I'm pretty sure there is because there's always cool things to do in Texas. But just let us know some specifics so we're not, running around like chickens with our heads cut off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we're only 20 minutes into the episode. I honestly thought this would go like be a lot longer.
Right?
While we're here, like,
That,
do
I
you
guess
want to
we got
like talk about anything that we've noticed like in our community or just like current events in general? I feel like a lot's been going on, but at the same time, I'm like drawn to blank. Like while we're here, we
me
might as well just
too.
talk and get it going. You know what I'm saying? While we're here,
Right. I don't have anything, but if you have
let's
something
go
that
on
you
Twitter
feel
and look
like,
around. Let's do a little looking around. Oh, speaking of Twitter, the no crop, I'm loving it.
listen, and there's some people hating talking about just post your pics and go. Like, oh my God,
What do
people
you
just
mean
got
post your
something new.
pics and
Let them in.
go?
Like somebody on Twitter was like mocking the people who are saying, oh, no crop, and then like they'll put their picture and they're like, just post your picture and go. I'm like, why you gotta be a hater? Just let people enjoy things. Why can't
Literally.
we just let people enjoy things? Like that really bothers me about people. It's like they really don't let people enjoy things.
Especially in the state of like the world we're in right now. Like
Right,
COVID, I know it's calming down, but like we're still in COVID. Like people are losing jobs. Like people are quitting their jobs because of minimum wage is literally $4 an hour.
right.
Like why can't we just like do something? Like when I saw the no crop thing, I posted a meme. I sure did. I sure
I'm
did.
really trying to take the perfect picture and be like, oh, no crop. And then they'll be like, ooh, who
Yeah,
that?
because full body pictures are gonna be like everywhere. Everybody's gonna be showing their full body picture. Everybody's gonna be showing
Hmm.
up to their hoops, to their stilettos and their red bottoms. I'm ready to see it.
And I'm here for
I
it.
really am.
They deserve that. They
Exactly.
deserve all of
Twitter has been like with the fleets. I don't really know about that part.
that. I've used it. I think I just used it today, but I've used it a total of maybe 4 times.
No,
And
I
it's
can
just
count
not
on one
giving what
hand.
it's supposed to give?
Yeah, I mean they're cool. I just feel like every app is trying to be Snapchat, and then Instagram doing whatever the hell it's trying to do right now. It's just a lot. And Twitter is a good place where you can like when the world is like falling apart. That's the best place to be. And I feel like that's
Oh,
all it needs to be. You know,
es-
literally
especially
what's happening. That's it. We don't need
especially if you're
Snapchat.
on Black Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on Black Twitter, then you are winning at life,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because you are getting to see. First of all, Black people don't take nothing seriously, okay?
At all. At
We
all.
have
At all.
a meme for everything, and I just laugh at us because it's so funny. Like, why don't we take nothing seriously? Why can't we just be serious for one moment? Everything has to be a meme. Everything has to be jokes and giggles. And that's why I love Twitter, because I know one thing I'm gonna do when I get there is laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I start my day with it, and I end my day with Twitter. It's
Ab-
like the paper. It's like the morning paper. I sit with
Absolutely. I
Twitter
need
and my coffee, and I just sip and laugh.
sip and laugh, okay?
It's a great
And
time.
sometimes there's some sad things on Twitter, and we acknowledge it and we move on.
Yeah, I feel
But
like
most of
because
the
like
time,
it's it's like a mixture of like Stan Twitter and then like because I feel like I have like a good combination of like all types of Twitter, like Black Twitter,
hmm
and then I see like Stan Twitter, and then I see like it seems like every other day someone's going missing, like a little girl or like a transgender or well not a transgender. Let me go back. Someone who is transgender is like or anybody a part of like the LGBTQ plus community is going missing.
hmm
That's the stuff I hate to see because I'm just like,
yeah.
damn, like that could be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm like 8 foot
And it's so
five,
sad that
but
you have to hear about that stuff on Twitter,
yeah, especially black
because it's
people.
like,
That's what's crazy.
oh yeah, absolutely. It's like the only way we know things are happening is from Twitter, and that's really
And it's
unfortunate and it's
weird.
really sad. And the thing is like it's not you're disappointed, but you're not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you know that the news isn't gonna really take our story seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like with the whole oh my god.
Any
Like with
noises
the
that come into the background, just try to ignore them, y'all.
we're so sorry. Um but like I was saying, like, with the whole Black Lives Matter and like the police brutality things that have been going on, um they're only on the news because people are protesting and they want to show the looting and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, and they're trying to be like, oh, look at these wild animals, but I'm like, we're not messing up small businesses. They're messing up these billion-dollar corporations that are going to get their money back as soon as everything is messed up.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to like, oh, look at these animals, and they're trying to act
Mm-hmm.
like they're they're putting it up
Yeah. Like
on
painting a
the
certain
media.
picture about us, yeah. Like creating like a
Yeah,
false narrative almost, yep.
absolutely. And they're putting it on media trying to act like they're being informative when really you're trying to paint this narrative of Black people are only riot and only loot. But really, we have a right to do both of those things. We're very upset about what's going on. So when you're more upset about a target being messed up than about a Black life being lost, you really need to reevaluate your life.
No, for real. Someone's about to walk in the door in the room that I'm in. So if y'all hear a loud I'm gonna try to mute my mic before. That's why I hope you would keep talking. Oh, wait. Hang on.
We're sorry. We're two college students who don't get a lot of privacy. So all those noises and things, we really do apologize for.
And I'm back. Hopefully y'all didn't
Oh,
hear
look at
that, but
that.
y'all probably did. Um,
No, I didn't hear it.
okay,
You're
even
good.
we can cut out editing. But bro, um, I want to get into like another topic of that, like about like the Black Lives Matter and stuff. But y'all, every time we say absolutely, take a shot. You could be drunk.
I just realized we have been saying it a lot.
I get it
And I'm
from
like,
you. I've been saying it like absolutely not. Oh, absolutely. I get it from you.
I am very influential. I'm so sorry about
Oh,
that.
hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
not
You
not
can't
very
deny this.
influential. The door's about to
Very
open again.
influential.
Hopefully, it doesn't make a loud bang, but I know it will.
Do-do, do-do. That's the sound it's gonna make, y'all. So y'all can just, if you're a rapper,
Nope, I
then
caught
send
it.
us.
I'm
If
quick
you're
with
a
the
rapper,
mute button. I'm quick with the mute button. Absolutely. Oop.
if you're a rapper, send us a freestyle to the door opening and closing, because because that sound that I just made, that's the beat that the door be making. So just send us a rap freestyle. We probably not gonna play it, but just send it to us.
Or that's another thing I was thinking about because like while I was getting ready and like getting my equipment and stuff set up, cetera, sorry. I was thinking like if people want to like send in their music and we can like play it on the show.
Absolutely, because
Like
I
any
have
rappers out there, any people trying to like make music. I know a couple of friends that are trying to make music. Like hit us up, or maybe I should hit them up first.
and I know a whole bunch of people
Like we can start
who
playing music on the show. It's copyright free. Like hopefully they won't sue us for
right,
playing their music. But we can like
yeah,
insert a couple clips or whatever, or have them on the show. Like I'm down for all that. Like this is gonna be like a well-rounded show. You know?
yeah. I know a whole bunch of people who do music.
Absolutely.
And I would hate to plug them all in right now, but they're great. So I'm gonna just say a few names.
Go for it. We
Um,
got time.
Okay, great. Flusive, he is a producer and he raps on the side, even though he don't want people to know that he raps. He's a really good rapper. Just Legacy, that's one of my great friends. He is a very good rapper. He just came out with a song that's called "What More Can I Say" with another great rapper, Dre Dice. They are amazing. Just Legacy, Juslegacy. That Kid Kerr, he's an amazing rapper. He's about to come out with a project. Dev Mac, Mac with three C's. I am a fan. Okay, I am a fan. Um, Excalibur, he just came out with an album. I freaking love him. Cloud9, she just came out with an album a few months ago. Like all these people are absolutely amazing. And if I didn't say your name, I'm so sorry. But
That's always
yeah,
next time. Send us your music. Send
absolutely.
us your
And
art. You know?
right, and I can put their names down because I know I spelled out one name, but all the other names are not how you think they are going to be spelled. Um, but yeah, I can put all their names in, and you can go listen to their music because when I'm not just plugging them because they're my friends, I'm plugging them because they're actually super, super talented people, and I love their music.
Yes. Love to see it. Love to
Love
see
to
it.
see a
I
black
wish I had
excellence.
a lot more like friends like that. A lot of my friends are just athletes, so they kind of promote themselves. But
If you want to see their highlight tapes,
no, for real, if you want to go on what was that app called? Crap, again. If you want to go on Huddle and see my girl Michaela, she got MVP of the national tournament. Absolutely. That's another shot.
absolutely.
Um,
Oop,
you will be like blacked out. Like you probably have to get your stomach pumped. How many times we say absolutely?
listen. Absolutely is our word. Maybe this podcast should be called
Well,
Absolutely.
or how we can like introduce it now. We can be like, um, hi, like welcome, blah blah blah, and then 5 blacks, 4 blacks, and then we can end it off like absolutely. So then
Absolutely.
I like
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I
The
like
people are
that.
gonna be like, oh my
They're
goodness.
gonna click off
We
immediately. I would
yeah, they're gonna be like, oh no, I don't like this channel. I don't like it. I don't like it. They're not good. It's like,
give us a
oh, just give
chance.
us a chance, guys,
Give us
please.
a chance. But yeah, okay. So back to my point about the whole Lamont English, police brutality and like looting and stuff. I had a really good conversation with one of my coworkers last week, and we were just talking about how like the George Floyd case ended up, and I asked her, I was like, so like, do you think like the case would have went that way if like all the stuff that happened, in the past year like didn't happen? Like, what if people were just like, oh, okay, like another black guy was killed, innocently, like murdered actually. Like who cares? And like the looting didn't start and the burning down of the cities didn't start. Like, how would you think that would like went about? And she was like, like I want to say that they did it because he murdered that man on camera and everybody saw it
Right,
8,000 times. We've seen it on
right,
national TV. We've seen it everywhere. And she was like, I want
right.
to say that, but at the same time, I just don't think they were ready for what was going to happen if he got off scot free.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I
We were
agree. I
we
agree.
were gonna show up and show out.
No, literally, like they were ready to burn that city down part two. Like they were, like they haven't even like I don't even think they've recovered from what happened this past summer, like at all. Like it's all
Yeah.
I feel like it's all about business and like, politics and stuff, which is so awful. Like our lives shouldn't be about politics. Like even like what they
Yeah.
did with the Olympics. Like where is it at? Japan, China, whatever the
Oh
hell.
yeah, that right there.
No,
And
piss me off.
it's like you want, and it's crazy because it's how people want black people to keep like this slave mentality,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we're just gonna work for you, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And it's basically telling the athletes what you are is just an athlete. Doesn't Your skin color is not important to me, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening to your people is not important to me. You need to
Mm-hmm.
get on that field, get on that court, get on that, whatever sport it is that they play, do that and shut up and be happy that you have a platform and have the money and are able to be at the Olympics. But what they don't realize is if you take black people out of all of that, you'll have absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Who you
Absolutely
have to
nothing.
run and jump and skip for you and make all these baskets and field goals and stuff. Like, come on
Right.
now. Like, come
Because
on.
Simone Biles is the number one gymnast in the world. She
Mm-hmm.
has the most medals, has more medals than anybody has
Mm-hmm.
ever had. She is
Ever,
the
y'all,
best gymnast
ever.
that there's ever been. So you take her out, then what? America's not getting a medal.
Right.
We're not getting a medal
Right.
for that.
Who's getting a medal? Right. Nobody.
You
But yeah,
take all
it's
the
just,
black athletes off the basketball team, America's not getting a medal.
especially the basketball team at the school I go to. Because, girl, bye.
Okay. Like, and you telling them that they can't
Express
say that their
themselves.
life matters. Yeah, they can't.
Politics.
When they have had to watch, they've had a full summer of watching their people die,
Hmm.
and
And continuing to as well. Continuing to
we
die.
we can't escape black trauma because somebody is always putting it on display for the world to see.
Hmm.
And you're telling them, you that doesn't matter to us. You're an athlete. Shut up and
Yeah.
do what you're supposed to do and make money
Politics.
for us. And you just be happy that you can do this. It's just like, and if all the black athletes boycotted, then they'd be like, oh no, we didn't mean it. No, because our life doesn't really matter to you. Just collecting a check from us matters.
And from the viewers, because most of the people like would want them to express themselves, but it's the
Right.
viewers. If I was a white person and I was all against this, um not saying how white people are, that's not what I'm saying, but if I'm just saying as an example, if I were a white person and wanted to genuinely watch and enjoy the Olympics and I didn't agree with what was going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, I wouldn't want to see that on TV either. Like I'd click off,
Right.
and that's them losing money. So they want to
And
they want to try to avoid that as much as possible, which is so sad that you want to put money over human lives or like the expression
right.
of human lives. Like it makes no
Because do
sense.
you really want somebody watching your content that's like that? Well, clearly you do, because and obviously they're like that, because if the money is that important to them, where you're telling black people to silence their voices,
Hmm.
then clearly you don't care about them.
Right.
And clearly you
Not
hold
enough.
the same value, right? And you hold the same values that those people who don't want to hear about the Black Lives Matter, who don't want to see that, hold. And
Right.
you have become one of them. And yes, you are a racist.
Point blank. Per.
Period. Okay.
Right. It just makes no sense. Like they banned like T-shirts. They banned any Black Lives Matter merch. They banned like the kneeling. Like they all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But like,
Right.
let's keep that same energy. If you want to claim politics, if someone were to walk in with a make a whatever a MAGA hat on or a MAGA shirt or something that had Trump, let's keep that same energy. That has nothing to do with politics, and
Right.
he's not even our president anymore. Like, let's keep that
And that's
same
more
energy. I knew they
political.
wouldn't do that. Like, if somebody came in with a bright red hat on that said "Make America Great Again," they wouldn't tell them to take it off. They wouldn't tell them to leave.
Absolutely not. And it's like, and that's actual politics.
That's
What we are
politics.
talking about is human rights,
Hmm.
basically, basic human rights that have been taken from us for over 400 years.
Yeah.
And they try, and that right there is proof that racism still exists.
Yeah.
People always try to say racism doesn't exist
Mm.
anymore. It's not a thing anymore. I
Black
don't
people
see
should
her
just get
anymore.
over slavery. Like, what?
Right.
Are you kidding
And the
me?
thing is, like, if racism didn't exist anymore, why do you have such a problem with black people saying that their lives matter? It just doesn't. It never makes sense to me. And there are a lot of people who try to say that, and then when you point out all these racist things that continue to happen, they try to sweep it under the rug. No, no, no. Let's talk about it. Let's
Hmm.
address it. You said it doesn't
Hmm.
exist. I'm giving you all this evidence that it absolutely does exist, and you know it exists. And this is why I'm totally against educating people now because Google is completely free.
No,
I mean,
forget
zero.
that. I'm slapping people. I'm over it. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
20 years old.
please
I
not,
don't have time. I really
do
don't.
not
Or the
come to me
patience.
talking about. Please educate me. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send a Google link. Google it. You want to know so bad. If you really wanted to know something, you would go out and seek it for yourself. Don't come to me. Why do black people always have to constantly explain their trauma as black people? We don't have to do that. You can look up and see it. It's nothing. It's not hidden. It's
Open
not
a
a hidden.
history book. In
Right.
history,
It's not
right
a
now, I'm
secret.
learning about how people were, lynched and, taken from the motherland and made into slaves and servants and all this crap. Like, open a book. Like, not even that. Like, watch a documentary.
Okay, and it doesn't all have to be about slavery because yes, we know slavery happened. And that's the thing is that white people try to keep racism at slavery or the civil rights
No,
era. People think
no,
that since the civil rights bill was passed, that means that racism ended. But
no.
I can tell you a whole slew of laws that were put in place to keep black people under. And it's like the 13th Amendment is one, the one that freed, quote unquote, freed black people
Yeah, the one
is
that
one
Kanye West
because
wanted to get rid of.
right after they did that, they put in unless you are like a property of the state or whatever. So they built prisons and they were arresting black people for whatever it is. And that's how the prison system started with black people. And they think that that stuff is not true and it's like yes it is. All of it
Why do we
can
people just
kind of
make up trauma and like stuff our ancestors
right
went through to make ourselves like sound like the victim? Like, no, we're always gonna be the victim. Like, that's not the point anymore. Like, we're always
exactly.
gonna be the victim. Like, this society is literally rigged against us, and they don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that. But I want to bring up white privilege and stuff like that. They don't think that exists at all. They always want to think
And it's
about
like
like
you have the
money
privilege.
and stuff like that. Like, no, that's
Right.
not it at all. I mean, you do have an
That's
advantage
not
with
what
that
white
too,
privilege is.
but you know,
Right. And that's the thing is like they're like, oh, white privilege. You have that's a privilege to say that white privilege doesn't
mm-hmm.
exist. You have that privilege to be have all these spaces available to you, and for you to still think that it was just your hard work. No, there's somebody 10 times smarter than you that worked 10 times harder than you. That's not going to be in that space because oh look, a white person can kind of do the job. So why not hire
Mm-hmm.
them? And they get upset about like they say that all the quotas in school, oh I didn't get into this school because they had to let this black person in or this non-black person of color in, and that's not true. You didn't get in because you didn't get in, baby.
No,
That's
seriously.
it.
No, seriously.
That's it.
And like
That's
people's
why you
parents be
just
trying to like pay for their child's school, like and trying to like bribe them, like that one thing that happened with what's the name's daughter a
right.
couple months ago. That was a while ago. Back in like I was in like
And
January.
she still has her platform.
Exactly. Still make it. Well, I don't know if she posts on YouTube as much anymore. I forget her name.
We
Um,
shouldn't,
what's her name? I know that's
but
from Full House. Yeah, but like just
yeah,
just to be able to do that. What if a black like somebody's black mama try to go to the University of Southern California and bribe them for their
she's
daughter,
serving
their
years in
mediocre
prison.
daughter to get into their school? What do you think will happen, Zaria?
Right. She's serving years in prison. There
I
was a
know.
woman who was sent to prison for using a different address to get her kid
Mm-hmm.
to go to a better school.
Mm-hmm.
She went to jail.
Yep.
Like, and that's the thing is like you try to sit here and act like um it doesn't exist, white privilege doesn't exist, like racism doesn't exist, and everything is fair. But I can point out numerous cases where the exact same thing has happened with a black person and a white person, and a black person is getting a much harsher sentence or a much harsher punishment than the white person. It happens
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
And then all these excuses start coming up, like with the George Floyd case, like, oh, he was on drugs, oh, he was doing this, oh, he was doing that. Why can't you just say like what we see? Like I get
Right,
people like have to do their job and I do autopsies and stuff like that. But like all these excuses that were just popping up was just like, just say you're racist and move on. Literally, just say you're
right.
racist and move on. Because we know
I
it was
would
the
much
lack of
rather
oxygen that killed him. He wasn't he sober at the time? Like he had drugs in the system from like
yeah,
2 days prior or something. Not even two
yeah.
days, like a week prior or something.
Like let me kneel on your neck and let's see
Mm-hmm.
how you like it.
Literally.
Let's see how long you'll
No,
last.
for real. Like, ugh,
It's
a
just
mess, girl.
ridiculous. But
A mess, girl.
a whole mess. And that's the thing is like we sit here and we talk about it and it's still and And it's still like, oh my goodness, like we have to go through this every single
Every
day.
day. And sometimes when I think about that, like when you're talking about how, they people don't think white privilege exists or whatever. It probably, I mean, because of their white privilege, they probably don't think it exists because they never have to
Right.
walk a mile in our shoes. They'll never know how
Right.
it
They'll
feels to
never
be
know.
black in America. So they probably don't
And
see
that's
it and they
why,
probably don't
and
witness it.
absolutely. And that's why I'm done explaining myself. Like I'm not gonna sit here and have these conversations with white people and explaining my trauma, explaining this, explaining that, because at the end of the day, they're still gonna try to find a way to rebuttal it. At the end of the day, they're
Hmm.
still gonna try to find a way to invalidate it. At the end of the day, they're still gonna try to find some type of reason to where I'm wrong. And it's like, you know what? You're beyond help.
No, literally,
There's no
you're
helping.
done for. Like,
Yeah.
I hope you don't
It's
go in
like,
public and say these things. You're
all
done
right.
for.
Because if you say something else crazy to me, I'm gonna start using hands.
Oh
I
yeah,
tell
that's
my daycare kids, use your words and not your hands.
right.
But
Because
listen,
when they go to low, we go to hell.
okay, we're to the pits. Okay,
To the
we're sitting on
trenches.
the devil's lap. We are call me by your name. We're giving the devil a lap dance. We're doing all of it.
We're sitting on the devil, like we're in his lap,
Absolutely.
just like
Actually,
Lil Nas X.
we've replaced him. We're
Oh yeah,
there now.
we are
Like you want
Satan.
to take it there, right? You want to take it there? Let's
Mm-hmm.
take it there. I'm
Yeah.
not. Michelle Obama was absolutely wrong with her quote. When they go low, we go high. Please.
No, absolutely not. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
I was just on the phone with my boyfriend talking about this today. I was telling him because he was like talking about like some situations that was going on in his school, and he was trying to like calm down his friends because like they wanted to fight these girls, right? And I was like, you should have let them because like when people pick and pick and pick on you, they want a reaction out of you. So why not give
Mhm.
it to them? Especially with black
Right.
people,
And
they
when
want to
you
prove,
finally get
oh,
it,
see, he's loud and he's he's angry, that angry black man. Exactly, because you
you're
made me this
absolutely
way.
right.
So
And you better leave me
so what's the
alone.
problem now? Now that I want to hit you,
Right.
what do you like? What else do you have on me? Like,
You're
you
right.
proved your point, but now you're about to have
Now you have to
face
get whooped.
reconstruction, right?
Right.
So
And
give
it's
them
like
that reaction. That's how I feel about it. I mean, you always have to put your hands on somebody, but sometimes you just gotta go off on
sometimes you
folks.
do. Sometimes you do. And it's like people really try to play you. It's like, no, please don't do that.
No,
Not over
seriously, because
here.
you don't know who I am. I'm
It,
crazy. You can't win
it
against
won't work.
crazy.
It won't work.
You can't beat
It, it,
crazy.
it simply won't work. And you're just going to leave brokenhearted and hurt. And I'm going to be like, well, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you.
Hmm.
I gave you the warning. And listen, and after, if I say, if there's doing an argument, I say, all right. Or if I say, okay, just carry me away. Drag me away because there's nothing good is about to happen.
No, seriously. If you that's Zaria's like it's kind of like a safe word. Like how people were like, "Oh, so girls can't say excuse me like at a party." That's the safe word. that's that's gonna be Zaria's safe word. Mine's is
Okay.
like when I start like interlocking my fingers. That's when I'm
Oh
angry.
yeah. Yeah. Be like, ooh, 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 let's go, let's go, let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, I had fun. Come on, let's go.
Lamont, let's
We
go,
don't
let's go.
need this.
Yeah. If I nod my head and say, okay, drag me away. It's time to go.
Oh my goodness.
Because anything after that, yeah, yeah.
This country is just a mess, and it comes from the weakest links. You know who the weakest links are, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Straight black
Yep,
men.
yep. Them coons, them tap dancers,
Mhm.
them shuckers and jivers.
No, not the tap dance. Oh my god.
The,
Well, can
the
I say, well,
tap,
cis? I guess cis straight white men. Well, I guess if you're straight, then no, not necessarily. Yeah, cis straight white men usually are the weakest links because listen, you know how many TikToks I've come across? I don't even know how they end up on my for you page, but I see them putting on the bonnets, acting
yep,
quote unquote ratchet, ghetto, whatever.
yep,
Like you're making fun of people
yep.
that look like your mom, your aunts, and your sisters
And they
for
don't care.
white acceptance.
Right. It only takes a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of white brainwash to activate the
Coon
coon chip
chip.
in the
Average
average Negro.
Negro. Bro. No, seriously. Like, what do you
It
like? If
only
you want to
takes
just
a little bit.
like, if you just want to do that, that's fine. But like, why do you have to make it apparent that you don't like black women?
Listen, the thing about a coon is that they can't be a silent coon.
Right. They're
Why
always
can't you
loud, too loud.
be a silent coon? Shut up. Nobody asks. It's like black women, nothing. Coons. You see this why I don't like y'all? What? How did we get here? And let's not act like we ain't got no black women coons,
Oh
and
yeah.
they really disappoint me. I'm like, girl, how did we get here? What were the steps?
No, seriously. And the thing is, like, I get having a preference because I know this is probably going to piss some of y'all off. I really don't care. It's my life, not yours. Get over it. I'm dating a white man. Obviously,
Boo!
obviously Zaria knows that. And so I get having a preference, right? But I don't believe in putting other races or ethnicities down in the process. Like if a black guy wants to go date a white girl or anybody, that's fine to me. That's your life. You love who you want. Some people want their black lines to say pure. That's their prerogative. Like Jay Lamina said on BGC 14, that's your mother prerogative. So you do
Right.
that. But like to come out and like say like all this stuff about black people, like oh y'all ghetto, y'all ratchet, all this stuff. No, and
And the
plus, like
thing is,
you don't respect yourself if you're like
right.
if a white man or like if you're dating someone that's not black is disrespecting you as a black woman or a black man. What are you doing? Like you're setting yourself up. That will never be my situation. So
And
y'all
my
have
thing is
fun.
like, why would you want to be with a white person or a non-black person of color who allows you to talk like that?
No,
You know,
seriously.
like you say stuff like that, and they're just, oh, Jamal, you're so funny.
Oh yeah, he's just
It's
joking.
like,
Yeah, he just called me a cotton picking,
yeah,
but it's fine. Ah, jokes.
like,
That's how we joke.
like,
No, he's racist,
yeah,
honey.
and
He's
that's the thing is
racist.
like, you're laughing and you're kikiing with these people, but as soon as something happens, you are the black MFer, you are the N word, you are the porch monkey,
The
you
ghetto, the
are
ratchet. Mm-hmm.
you are the African bootlicker, you are all of that. So
The
like,
cotton picker, the yep,
like
yep,
it's like
exactly.
you are the nappy head.
You let it get away for so long. Like that's what happens when they get comfortable.
You can't let them get too comfortable. Okay.
Exactly. Like N-word passes, don't believe in them, don't do it. Like this guy that I go to school with tried to say that somebody on the baseball team, one of the only black guys on the baseball team gave him the N-word pass. I'm like, well, I'm not him.
Right.
It doesn't exist in my book because you don't look like me
I'm
at
like, well,
all.
you
You're
say
the
that
complete
when
opposite
you're
of me.
absolutely. You say that when you're with them. You say that around here.
Right.
I cannot be responsible for what my hands do. They have a mind of their own. Like whatever they do is whatever they do. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking responsibility for whatever they do.
Yeah. So anybody that wants to advocate for the N word that's not black, I mean, you can go for it. Your comments will probably get deleted.
Right.
Like you'll probably get blocked instantly because we don't want negative stuff on our page. Like we're gonna talk about
And
stuff that's like hard to talk about sometimes and like tough issues and
yeah.
topics. But like this is all for just like good fun and entertainment. So no, if
And if you
no.
have those opinions as a black, we are definitely gonna start calling you coon chip. Um, there's no other name for you.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
that's
That's
exactly what you're gonna be.
that's about it. She
Yeah.
summed it up pretty well. It's just like because we just don't want like negativity here. Like we want everybody to like can we all just get along? Like I want
Right.
everybody to get like I want this to be like a safe place for us, because we don't have
Right.
too many of those these days.
Right. And this is a space created, by two black people for, other black people. And like I said in the intro, if you are not black, yes, you can state your opinions, but remember, tread lightly
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this isn't a space for you. This isn't a space for you. And I'm all about gatekeeping things. So whenever I get the opportunity to gatekeep, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So if you step
Everybody
outside
else
your
does
bounds,
it. Why not?
right. If you step outside your bounds, please know that you will be removed. I have no problems doing it, especially since I know like this is a space that me and Lamont created for black folks. Like just know that if you're not sitting in silence or your opinions aren't just lining up just a little bit with ours, you're out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like I said, if you want to listen and try to, quote unquote, educate yourself, I'm all here for it. Like if you really want to, get in the know about the black community and, some of the stuff that, local blacks are talking
Right.
about, then sure. But like if it's not like if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's my thing.
And please don't ask us how to help. Just open your purse. Open your wallet.
Money, but listen, money doesn't solve everything.
It doesn't, but we
Sometimes
need our
sometimes being
reparations.
open-minded and like at least like taking a step to listen to us and like I don't know, take something from our episodes or some other outside source is good enough. I'd rather you be a little less ignorant and understand something than just throw money at me. You know?
Right.
Unless it's for
No.
like, building small black businesses and things like that, like, like us. So yeah, throw me money. But like for the outside stuff that you can't just like throw money at it and have it go away, you know?
Right. That's Lamont's opinion, not mine. We need our
See, we're disagreeing
reparations.
already. Like we're in a fight. Like it's
But
over.
we need our reparations some type of way. So
That is
anytime a
true.
white
I do
person
agree with that. That is true.
hand it over, if you need to know how to ask, like if you're trying to figure out how to help and you just don't know how, open your purse, open your wallet.
That's the least you can do. I'm just saying, like, if you're genuinely wanting to help and do something, I feel like money is just like the bare minimum. If I'm being completely honest,
That
because you're
makes
not
sense.
open,
Yeah.
because you're not opening your mind. Because like, what do you? Yeah, you can throw money. You can throw $100, $200. I mean, I'll take it, but like, you're probably just gonna call me the N word the next day behind my back. So like, what is that really doing?
Take your money and be like, okay, more. What else do you have?
Right.
More.
If you want to call me a derogatory term, that's fine, but like it's $100 per term. You can sit here and
Right.
say anything you want. I will sit here. I won't even look at you some type of way. I will just sit there and you can just throw money at me and call me all types of slurs. And then I'll take it and invest it.
Like this is my Negro money. This is my Negro money.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
worked hard.
GoFundMe. Start
Yeah.
one. Honestly, if you have a small, but that's what I recommend. Like, I know people use like GoFundMe's for like, a lot of important things like surgeries and funerals that people can't afford and stuff like that. But honestly, like if you're trying to start a business, open a GoFundMe. Who cares?
I'm on. Absolutely.
I would do it.
Absolutely. Especially if you're black. I would love to support.
Yeah, honestly.
I think that would be great.
I had something else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Oh, about the whole money thing, and then like we're coming up to an hour, so we can wrap it up. I promise our episodes probably won't be as long, but since it's our first one, we kind of wanted to, you know, give y'all a feel of how things will go and our opinions on certain stuff. Um, but
And
about, go
me
ahead.
and Lamont are great conversationalists when it comes to each other.
Oh yeah, we could talk
So
for hours.
we'll hop from topic to topic. We have loud Negroes in the house. We're so sorry.
Quiet on the set, okay?
Quiet on the set.
But yeah, I'm gonna like have this last point, then we can wrap it up. But I was saying like
Okay.
more about like the money thing, like because a lot of people like going back to like the looting and stuff too. Oh, like what are they doing? Like the looting, like that's not helping anything. I mean, in a way, it kind of did because without that, who knows? What happened to that police officer? Don't even know his name. Chauvin, whatever the hell. But no, it's not like it's probably not the best thing to do, but like what other options do we have? Like you're getting
Right.
upset over fake things like Jordans, video games, people were going into microwaves, blenders, fake things. Fake things that can be replaced in less than 24 hours. Like when I
Right.
went in there and did that the CNN, honestly that was the best thing to watch live.
I thought that was
It
hilarious.
was
I'm sorry.
funny, but it was weird
I
because
know
like
some people were
CNN's always been on our side when it came to that type of
upset.
stuff. So they went to the wrong. Maybe they got the wrong memo. I don't know, but maybe they just saw CNN and decided to blow it up because they were on TV. I
Right.
don't
They
know.
were like, something needs to be done.
Right.
And,
So because it's just like shoes and video games and stuff like that
but
can be
you know what?
replaced.
It's so funny to me because the same people who were calling us, criminals and animals and telling us that what we were doing was wrong and oh, don't loot. We're the same people at the Capitol. We're the
Seriously,
same people
with their guns and AK-47s.
and nary a military. We'll see. Nary. It was just like, where's everybody? That's all I could think of is
Yeah.
where's everybody?
Well, because if it was
Where?
black people, if it wasn't anybody but white people, it would have been like a massacre. Like it would have went. I mean, it
Oh,
already did go down in history, but it would have been even more. Like
we
blood would
wouldn't
have
have
been
even
everywhere.
made it. we wouldn't have made it to the gate.
We would have made it
We
on
would've been
onto
stuck.
the street. We would have been like
Okay,
airstrikes, helicopters would have been in the air.
but they were like, "Oh, these are whites. Well, they're upset. They're upset. They're upset.
Right.
Oh,
Freedom of
so
speech. Let them
now
do
you
whatever they
understand.
want.
So now you understand that people are upset. Now
Hmm.
you get it.
Yeah, now you want to do something about it. Like that one guy said on CNN, he was like, let some white kids start having, them getting shot up by the police.
Right, and stuff will start getting done. But that's how that goes. And the thing is, like I said, it's like we can say this over and over again, but Black people know that. We know that we've been going through this for centuries and centuries and centuries. And the sad thing about it is I don't know if it's going to end anytime soon because we have a lot of issues within the Black community that that we go through because of you know white people having their hands on our necks. Like we just have a lot. And yes, we have decided we are done with it. Yes, we have decided that, we are ready to stand up. And it's just like, are we ever going to be free?
No.
No, no.
One of my sayings is I will never know peace. And
I,
not just because of me being black, but also me being a part of the LGBTQ community and double homicide. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. Double homicide. Like me being a Black woman.
double
Like,
homicide.
oof.
Mhm.
Double
Yep.
homicide.
And my
I'm
friend is a
getting it.
triple homicide. She's gay woman and black. So
Oh, Jesus.
triple
I
homicide.
feel,
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
yeah, you know, but I wouldn't trade being Black for the world though.
Me neither. I love being black.
Because we all have our shared experiences and
Mhm.
we all have,
We have
like
culture. We
unfortunately
have
and,
background.
and exactly.
And
And you
they
know
do
what?
too. Like some people
I
do
talk
too,
about
but like not as good as
and
ours. So.
it's but in somehow, some form, some shape or way, some culture is always trying to um get into ours and I
Oh my
and I wish.
goodness.
And the thing I, love and hate about Black people is that we always trying to be welcoming. No,
Yeah.
quit letting everybody into our like a white girl or a Black or a white guy who can do really good hip hop dance. Oh, here we go, hyping them up. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
can we gatekeep something?
I get that.
Can
Yeah,
we
because they're
be? Can
literally
we?
coming in and taking everything. I feel like nowadays people are a little bit more like strict about it. Like they're a lot quicker to catch people on it.
Yeah,
Because like people were making the argument like, well, other cultures they let people do the type of stuff they do in their culture. I mean, but that's not us. They haven't been through the same things that we have. I'm sure
right,
they've been through a lot, like all these massacres and stuff that happen, in their cultures too. But like that's their culture. That's not our culture.
right. That's them. Let
Right.
them have what they have. Can us as Black folks stop letting everybody into our stuff?
Right.
It's not just white people. We let Asian people in. We let Hispanic and Latino people in. It's like, oh my God.
No, seriously. It's
Can we stop?
can we keep something? Like
Can
literally
we have
there's white
something?
women walking around cosplaying as black women.
Okay. And they have Black friends hyping them up. I'm like, oh
It's
my God.
too much. It's just too much.
It's a lot.
Like if you want to listen to our music, okay. If you want to eat our food, okay. But like when you're walking around 5 shades darker than what you actually are, and braids and all this weave and all this stuff, no.
Or you start doing something that Black people have been doing forever.
And then when you get mad at a black person, that's the first thing you want to call us out on. Oh, all you eat is watermelon and chicken. Oh, your weaves this. Oh, your weaves that. Your wig, your all this stuff. And I'm like, well, weren't you just walking around in a full frontal the other day? Like, what happened to
Didn't
the
you just
original
go?
plot of the movie?
Didn't you just go get a BBL trying to
No,
get our butt?
no,
Didn't
seriously. To
you?
gotta get our hips and our curves and our
Didn't you
like
just?
what? What happened to being skinny? What happened, skinny queen? What
Didn't you just
happened?
invest those lips?
No, seriously.
Like, let's not sit here and act
Oh
like,
gosh, cultural appropriation. What a
right,
topic. We'll deep dive into that another day.
right.
But I think it's time to wrap this up.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
said, our episodes probably won't be as long. I want to keep them between like 45 minute, like somewhere around there, like 45 minutes. Oh, the door's gonna slam. Hang on.
while we wait, are you guys interested in some ASMR?
Absolutely not. So, yeah, we're probably gonna keep them between like 45 minutes to an hour. Um, and we just hit an hour. Hooray, our first hour. But
Yay!
yeah, woo. So yeah, if you guys want to send us some topics, we'll be, open to talking about anything really. Because like I said, I can sit here and talk forever. So our episode should be on all of our streaming platforms on Sundays. Yeah, Sunday like morning afternoons. I'm planning on doing afternoons. Maybe evenings. It just depends on when I, edit them and put it up. Shouldn't be hard since they're just audio, but you never know. Especially during
Right.
the summer, we'll probably move to like every week since I won't really be doing anything besides working. So yeah, for now we're just gonna do every other week though.
Yep. So
Anything
we
else you're
wait.
gonna say to them before we log off for
No,
the night?
just stay local and just stay black, and that's it.
Unless you're not black, then stay informed.
Right. And keep your shade. But that's it.
Yes, follow us on all our social. Oh, I can't speak.
Yes, social medias.
Follow us on all of our socials. I can go ahead and say them again while just a little rundown. I'll get them down sooner or later. Okay, yeah. Remember to email us, contactlocalblackspod@gmail.com. Follow us on SoundCloud, subscribe to us on YouTube. Hopefully in the next episode, we can try to do like a face thing. We tried to do it a couple weeks ago, but it didn't work. So, yeah, hopefully we can do that so we can do like in person talks. And then follow us on Twitter at Local Blacks Pod. And if you want to be generous enough to donate to what we do here, you can donate at local blacks on Venmo.
Yes,
Anything else?
absolutely. No, that's it. Like I
Okay.
said, stay local, stay black, and if you're not black, then stay your shade.
See you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.